Hey guys, Gavin here again. We're going to be doing leg workout part 2. Okay, so for this one, this is the leg workout I would recommend doing if you have the equipment or a gym that you can go to that has the proper equipment. Right now, we're just going to be doing this in my basement, and you'll notice this insane torture contraption next to me. This is my homemade squat rack. So any other squat rack will not look like this. I just made this myself a little bit before quarantine. So I'm going to be demonstrating how to do squats and some other things that require a bit more equipment here in my basement. First things first, we're going to do squats as the first exercise. Now the thing is, do not do squats. Like if I have a barbell here, don't do squats if you just have a barbell but you don't have a proper squat rack, especially if you're a beginner. Because what this has is these safety bars that will catch the weight if I drop it or if I fail or if I don't know, pull a hamstring or something. So if you don't use a squat rack, it's actually really dangerous and you can really badly hurt yourself. Next thing, I would really recommend that you go to a gym, maybe get someone who's a friend who knows a lot about working out and doing these exercises properly to show you in person. Because what I can show you with technique is probably not nearly as good as being there with somebody who knows the ropes and can tell you and look at you and say, hey, here's what you're doing wrong, you're going to hurt yourself, etc. But I'm going to do my best. Okay, so for squatting, when you start out, you don't want to go heavy. You want to learn how to do the motion properly before you put any weight on the bar. So I would recommend just get the barbell in the squat rack and practice until you learn how to do it properly, and then you can start adding weight just so that we don't injure ourselves. Okay, so proper technique for a squat, what you want to do is you're going to grab the bar, you're going to have it resting on your shoulders, on your trapezius muscles here, not on your neck, because it will really hurt if it's on your neck. When you squat down, you're going to be in this position. You want your feet to be slightly wider than shoulder width apart, toes facing forward, or slightly angled out to the side, but just very slight if you do. You don't want to be squatting like this. You don't want to be squatting like this. You want to be about here. And when you squat down, you want to really pay attention to the positioning of your back. When you squat, you want to have your back like this. Don't know if you guys can see that, but you want to try and keep your back perfectly straight up along it. You don't want to be squatting like this because that's going to really hurt your back, and you don't want to be squatting like this. You just want to be nice, straight back, down and up. And for squats, you want to go slow, down until your legs form 90 degrees and then back up. So I'll demonstrate a couple with the bar. I've just got 135 pounds up here, which is light for me, but for anyone who's a beginner, don't start with this, just start with the barbell. Alright, so you want to load it like this. Pick up the bar. You want to make sure you're really comfortable in position. You're going to go down, nice deep squat, and come back up. Down and up. What you don't want to do when you're down, if the weight feels heavy, you want to bring your butt up first and then rise like this. Don't do that. That's very hard on your back. What you want to do is just keep yourself in this good straight back position, and you want to really push with the legs to come up from it nice and slow. Okay, so that was how to do squats. I would recommend do 3 sets plus I would recommend doing a warm-up set with really light weight just to do a few reps every time to get your body primed for doing the exercise with an actual heavy weight. I would recommend the rep range. Aim for about 5 reps. I would go no less than 5. And for this one, it's slightly different. I wouldn't recommend going till failure, especially if you're a beginner. So I would recommend, getting some weight on the bar that you feel some resistance, but you can do 5 reps relatively easily at the beginning, and then you can gradually start increasing the weight until it's more of a challenge. But for this one, you really want to go slow before you progress into it. So once you have done squats for a while and are very good at them, do 3 sets plus a warm-up set with really light weights, 3 sets of about 5 reps. Okay, so once you're done with squats, what I like to do is throw in a set of calf raises in here, because what we're going to be doing next is deadlifts. And the thing is that squats and deadlifts use basically the same muscles in your legs, so you really want to give a little bit of a break in between them because they're both very intense exercises. So what I like to do is, I showed these in the previous video, go to your steps, and I like to do 2 sets of calf raises, and then after I'm done, I like to stretch them out. Anyway, that's just to give your body a little bit of time in between to recuperate. Okay, next, I'm going to teach you guys how to do deadlifts, okay? Now, the thing is I was talking about safety a lot with squats. Deadlifts are basically just as dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. So again, always start with very light weights. Probably just start by lifting the bar and progress very slowly until you're actually lifting weights that are challenging. So, with your deadlift setup, it's basically the same motion as a squat, except you're pulling the bar up from the ground. So, what you want to do is go to the middle of the bar, reach down, grab it at slightly wider than shoulder width apart, and it's a little bit difficult with my barbell because I don't have circular plates on it, but you want to pull it as close to your legs as possible. You want to get down until your legs are about 90 degrees, and you want to lift the bar up like this. Now, that probably looked pretty easy, but it's really important that you do these properly, otherwise you're probably going to destroy your back. So what you want to do is your back, again, you want it to be really straight. When you go down, grab the bar and lift up. You don't want to be bent over like this or have your back arched like this. Either of those will cause damage. Now, what you want to do is when you're grabbing onto the bar, you want to squeeze your shoulder blades back as far as you can. You can see that's working the trapezius muscles in your shoulder blades. So what that'll do is it'll help hopefully keep your upper body in a good position and make sure that you're working your legs mostly and not your lower back. So you want to go, grab the bar, shoulders back, legs at 90 degrees, and push right from the legs and go until you extend fully and you can pull your shoulders back into lockout. And then you go back down, making sure not to bend over like this with the bar. So that's basically how to do deadlifts. Make sure, again, you're being very safe, and I would really recommend you get someone who really knows what they're doing to show you in person. Now, pretty much the same with this. I would recommend doing 1 warm-up set, possibly just lifting the bar or lifting a very light weight to get your body used to it. But then I would recommend doing 3 sets again of 5 reps. Now with deadlifts, because they're a little bit more intense and a little bit more technique based, I wouldn't recommend using a static weight, meaning like, for example, for squats, you do the same weight each time you do your 3 sets. For deadlifts, I would recommend starting lighter, moving up, and moving up again. So you could say start at like 150 pounds, then go to 165, and then for your last set, go to 180. So adding like 15 pounds each time, or in heavier ranges, maybe adding 20 pounds each time. Now, that will make sure, hopefully, that your body is ready to lift that heavy weight and you're not going to injure yourself. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this second leg workout. Again, I would recommend doing this one maybe once every 3 or every 4 days, so possibly like twice a week, and then in the off day, like 2 days removed from when you do this leg workout, go for a run, go for a bike ride, do something like that to get like general fitness in there. Because this workout focuses basically entirely on strength and building up the strength of your legs, adding weight to the bar. Yeah,